I'm Greg Untitled over here at the AES show, and I'm showing Nuendo being kind of driven by the Yamaha Nuage control surface. So this is a modular control surface that connects to the computer kind of on top of a Dante network. So it's basically just this one Ethernet cable, and it comes in different modules. So you can set it up where you have a master section, and you can have up to 3 fader sections. So we have 2 16-channel fader sections. And unlike a lot of control surfaces, this has truly deep editing. So if I wanted to use my amazing feeling jog wheel, I can do that, but if I hit the zoom, I could just use my jog wheel to do zooming. I can also navigate in my tracks very easily just holding down the Alt key. So I could use my jog wheel not only for position, but I can also do different editing. So if I wanted to select that track split, come here, adjust the gain, I could just do that all with the jog wheel. If I wanted to do fade in, or conversely a fade out, adjust the gain again, and say, okay, I just now want to cut the head, cut the tail. And let's say I just have that selection there, I could actually just move that, and you can actually program different keys. So if I just want to do a crossfade, and you have unlimited levels of undo still, so you can just come right there and have access to that. Now, one of the great things is the configurability, is you have a large touchscreen. So if I come here, we could have user-definable keys, and we have different banks. So as we kind of just hit the button again, we can see that different banks you can assign. So I could actually assign a keyboard shortcut for adding my master setup to where I could assign over 2,500 functions within the program to be on my touchscreen. And if I wanted to actually have these go directly to the key, I could just hit this button and that will automatically go to our key. And you can actually pop the label off and put your own names under if you wanted to. So as we do this, we can navigate different banks, automation modes. We have a very powerful control room functionality. So if I want to listen to it in 5.1, stereo mono, switch between different speakers that are connected to my A to D converters, or just listen to my different speakers there. And also, so built-in monitor control. I can also listen and switch my speakers here in the hardware, my monitoring level. I could listen to external sources like a DVD or a CD player or an iPad, and actually do different summing, like cue mixes. Now once I'm here, we have different setup functions for setting like the lightness, the lights, and sensitivity, but I could just see if I wanted to hide particular tracks, we go to our track settings, or if I wanted to mute tracks, we could just simply swipe like that, or the solo tracks or track arming, so it makes it super fast for doing,
slip right across.
Yeah, just slip right across. So your channel settings, you come here, you go to your main where you see your routing, but if I just hit my channel again, I can just go to my EQ, and I use my same kind of actual modifier keys here that I would use on my keyboard. So we have full EQ compatibility right there. Full dynamic section. So I say I want a gate, a compressor, tool, a de-esser, saturation, a limiter. We could just enable these. And as I would touch different components, I could actually just control them directly here. So if I have multiple compressors, I could actually just click here and say, oh, I wanted a tube compressor instead. And that automatically changes the dynamics. So if I go to my sends, I can see cue mixes for headphones. I have my full panning. I could even do Atmos panning directly up front of control surface. I could activate different effect plugins. So if I wanted that plug-in, and then I could have quick controls. Now it's even cool, I could come here, and now I could see all my different parameters for that plug-in. So just very fast and easy. Now we can also have a Talkback microphone, but we could control 3 different DAWs. So if I wanted to have like Cubase, Nuendo, or even Pro Tools on Mac, we could do that all from right here. So incredibly powerful. Now if we want to take a look at the fader section, one of the things that's really cool is everyone's always banking, and you never really go in channels of 8, but now we can actually just slide our channels. So if you're like, I have 1 fader bank, but I have 20 channels, I can just simply slip it right there. So again, we have motorized faders. Yamaha is like, been doing this longer than anyone. So mute, solo, we could select different channels. Now if I have multiple channels selected here, I can just hold down like my control key, say I want this channel, that channel, that channel. I could say, only show me the selected channels. So these are the ones I want to concentrate on right here. And as I do that, what's interesting, if I have multiple units, I could have these linked or function independently, but I could just hit the lock and I could actually select these different channels here, and I could just send them all the way over there, or select this, and if I want to do mixing over here, I can just simply lock that just there, or I can say I want to see all channels. Now what's interesting is I could also just say I just want to see different types of channels, but if I hold down this, I can say just show me my group channels. So right now, here's all my group channels. I have a sound effects stem, and I can say expand, and now this shows me all the tracks that are feeding the sound effects stem. So it makes it very fast and easy to kind of navigate exactly what you want to see. If I wanted to, again, see all my channels, one of the things that's really cool is you could actually say, like a lot of our composers work with templates that could have like 3,000 tracks, but they may only have like 700. You can say, show me only the tracks that have events on them, or the only tracks that are playing between these cycle locators, or this
that
right now,
only
the tracks that are playing at that moment where the cursor is in the project. Now coming up here, we could actually have our routing. What we have is a standard 24-inch display, and it becomes an extension visually of what's going on from the control surface. So it's not a proprietary thing. So if I want to see my panning, my EQs, my inserts, all this here. But if I wanted to just add an insert, and we'll show all of our channels, I could now just tap here, and I could go through all my plugins and say, okay, now I wanted to have an envelope shaper. Now this automatically controls that. And let's say I wanted to add another plugin, so we'll come here and say I wanted to have a multiband compressor, so just come here, and you can organize these however you want. So let's say I want a multiband compressor, and this, we can now see all these knobs here are just controlling those parameters. But if I wanted these to be perhaps a little more musical, I could hit the flip, and now I can control the first row parameters, the second row parameters from the faders themselves. And if I just come here, now I can just say I want to see that channel, and I can see kind of an overall channel overview as well. And as you go to the different sections, all these colors line up. So if I go to my panning, I see different colors as inserts, as my cues or my sends. So you actually kind of follow the different color coding. So again, however you want to work, if you have a Cubase or Nuendo, the Nuage is the most tightly integrated control surface for any software, and it just makes the ability to fly through your sessions just so fast.
Very cool. Greg Ondo from Yamaha Steinberg. Thank you very much.
Thanks.